What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Huddle. I'm here with my boy
Christian Roddy
and my boy. So let's get into it, bro. How was your week?
It was good.
Sheesh. Last week of January.
So wild.
I mean, there's 2 more days, but by
the time they hear it,
it's
it'll be
last
like
day.
the second.
No, it's the last day.
Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Last
That'll be
day.
closeout.
Hey.
When y'all hear this, I'm going to be changing lives through fitness.
Grinding.
But
Grinding.
no, but it's wild. Like this month going by is pretty stressful because I feel like I was still closing out 2022, and like I feel like I'm still prepping for 2023, but it's like we're in it and
Fucking up.
it's rough. But
it's not how you want to enter 2023.
No, but it's been good though. It's been good. It's been super productive, and I think that's why time's also flying by so fast. Is because like I'm in the weeds. I'm getting things done. I'm literally every day. I'm striving towards something, whether it's work, whether it's building relationships, whether it's my workouts. But I don't think anything like crazy this week went on. It was cool. We had a couple of meetings. I hired a group of new employees. They're all super dope, actually. I'm really excited for this team coming up right now.
That's the best when you get to hire like a bunch of employees and like, that's like they're going to be good adds to the team. You get to like kind of weed out all the bad ones and get in the good ones. So that's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
But how's your week been?
Solid, bro. Yeah, no, solid.
It's solid.
Definitely. The last week of January, again, a lot of hard work being put out. I'm just excited for what we got going on this weekend.
Woo!
Solid, good weekend this weekend. Oh, and bro, so what's crazy is I forgot to tell you, this dude at my gym, I hooked him up on, I forgot what I did with him, but anyways, he runs like a company or like a nonprofit company. Anyways, but Marvel reached out to him and like gave him tickets to go see Ant-Man Quantumania.
That's cool.
Before the pre-opening, so like the what is it? The pre-release.
Yeah, so they have so they have screenings and then they have like a pre-release.
Yeah, so it's on the 15th and the movie comes out on the 17th.
Damn.
And he gave me and like 2 other my employees tickets for it. So
how many tickets they give you?
He gave me 3 tickets. But
look at his face. Look at it.
It's meant to take my employees. Right now I'm taking my SSM.
It'd be your own motherfuckers.
Right now I'm taking my SSM, so you trying to slide, I ain't taking nobody else, You just gonna pull up and you gonna be like, who the fuck is this? Like, don't worry about it. He's my employee. He's my cleaner. He's my cleaner. He does the behind the scenes work. You ain't know.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. You see that steam room operating? I was there. No, I'm just kidding.
And I got a lot of stuff done. Like my racquetball court's been down for a while, and my steam room's been down for a while, and my urinals have been down for a while. Like just a bunch of stuff like was going wrong at the same time. So finally, it's all up and running. So I feel like I can get back to like not worrying about like shit that's out of my control. So
that's good.
But yeah, I mean, I'm mainly just excited for this weekend.
Yeah, before we talk about like this weekend's activities, I feel like that's half our job. You were actually shout out to your barber, JP the barber.
JP the barber. If you ain't got a barber up in here in San Diego, go to JP the barber.
What's his Instagram handle?
He's gonna get you fired. JP the barber, but it's the JP the barber, but I think he switched it though.
No, I think he changed it to the San Diego barber or something like that.
Oh yeah, the San Diego barber.
So,
that's what it is. So if you need a top flight barber, bruh, I think it's the SD barber. Can't remember. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now. But he be getting your boy right. Yeah, it's the San Diego barber.
Hey, there you go.
San Diego barber.
The reason I bring that up is because you were just you were at his shop and you guys kind of did like a live stream podcast while he was cutting you up.
Yeah.
But what you were saying just now about taking care of a lot of things that were out of your control, I feel like half of our job is like running the gym is like just mitigating all those things. Like as things come up, like you're talking about like your job as a sales manager was harder than like a GM, but now you just deal with so much more shit that's not as like definable in like in between two lines.
Because like I felt like as an SSM, like as a sales manager, I was just working hard on one thing. Like it was just all my efforts were going to like this one thing. But now as a general manager, I'm just getting pulled in every other direction. And it's like, that's where it's like, you're still working hard, but it's just like, I don't know, you just got to keep your head on a swivel because like there's shit always going on.
Always.
And like people are going to pull you away for something else and you're just like, is that important? No, okay, cool. I'm gonna go handle this, and then if that's not that important, okay, like you can handle that. So I'm gonna go handle this, and that's what I realized is like that was one of the big learning curves was being able to be at multiple places at once. I guess like being able to have my hands in every part of the cookie jar. You feel me? But yeah, like it was my right when my stalls went down, I had him fixed, and then my urinals went down right when he left. Damn. And he was like, "Yeah, I can't come back." And I was like, "God damn, bro!" So I had to wait for like a week for them to come back, bro, and like jet it. They like jetting. It's called jetting. And they clean all like the main drain.
Yeah,
because he snakes it a lot. But like,
but jetting's like water pressure. So like when there's buildup, they're literally cutting things
they're cutting
in there.
like calcium buildup and all that shit. So they're cutting all that out. And then my racquetball court was down because, bro, that shit had me heated because it was like, you see these like little covers on these fire extinguishers, like those are fire extinguishers, that like white cover right there.
Yeah.
So those are all fire extinguishers, and like they just cover it, and then once that thing like pops off it, the fire head comes down. So I have one of those in my racquetball court, and they hit it and then pop the top off.
And wait, didn't you just get your racquetball replaced this year? I just got it
replaced, yeah.
Because of this happened?
Because of the exact same thing happening. But before, it was just no cover on it. It was just always there. And they never had to put the cover back on. So they hit the racquetball on it and flooded my whole racquetball court. So I got another one. And then that's when I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to close it down because I don't trust these motherfuckers. They going to hit it.
Until I get a cap
Until I get a cap on it. So I'm like, yeah, cool. Like the
Good
cap
decision.
The cap should just be a quick week. Like all you gotta do is come in here and put it back up. So I like reach out to like the fire company and like the fire inspection company, and I'm like, yo, like, hey, my cap, mind you, this took like a month, and it shouldn't have taken that long. And I was like, hey, like I kept calling them every day, and I'm like, yo, like, hey, like what's going on? Like I submitted the work order, it's good on my side, like we're just waiting on y'all. And they're like, oh, well, we can't even find your work order. I'm like, bro, what? And then so I call them, and then she's like, all right, I'll call you back. Never calls me back. Call them next day. And then they're like, oh, we're just waiting on parts. And I'm like, what parts? Like, you just got to put the cap on. And I'm like,
it's here.
Yeah, I was like, I literally have the cap. And they're like, oh, well, we're waiting on parts. We got to fix something else. I'm like, no, you don't. Like, I'm telling you, it's just a cap. And fast forward, they finally came out, put the cap back on. And I was like, bro, like, I could have did that shit. But just because of liability reasons, like, that's why
I need your signature on it.
I need you to do it, yeah. So they fixed that, and then my steamer went down. Like it just stopped working. All of a sudden, like the valve just did not want to open up anymore and deliver steam. And I was like, all right. So that was down for like, it wasn't like fully like closed because there was still leaking out steam, but just not pumping out like how it should be. But yeah, it all got fixed on like the same day, and I was like, "Thank God!"
Yeah, isn't that so good,
bro? It's just relief. I was like, "Thank fucking God!"
I hate it. It's like every time I finish a project, a new one.
Bro, if it's not one thing, it's another thing, bro.
But I think that's one of the biggest takeaways is like being an entrepreneur or like a business owner or business operator. Like your job is problem solving.
Facts. Like your job. Like I think that's one of the biggest things that people don't realize is when they start a business or when they run a business is like. Your job is not gonna be like what you expect of like if you're like running an apparel business, like your job is not just selling the apparel. It's gonna be all the other shit that happens in that like the manufacturer runs out of whatever you're doing, or like your orders are late, or shipping doesn't happen, or I don't know, something goes wrong. That's your job. Like that's you doing all the other stuff. Like the shipping, like you giving clothing to people is like the byproduct. Like that's the byproduct of all the other shit you're doing. And I think that's what people don't realize when running a business or starting a business is like you're constantly doing everything other than what you
thought you were gonna do.
So
facts.
But yeah.
But well, I guess now that you got everything running pretty smoothly again,
just wait, son. About to go down.
What you got going on this weekend, my boy?
Boy, you know what we doing this weekend. So we're going to a farmers golf tournament tomorrow.
We'll be there at the final day.
Yeah, the final day in Torrey Pines, which is fire, and it's gonna be a nice day. Yes. But yeah, be on the lookout because we're gonna be interviewing people over there.
Well, we would have already done it, and so they're actually probably going to see that content before we even get it out. So
yeah, so you'll see this before we even get it out. So yeah, it's gonna be fire. Just stick around. And then the next day we go on golfing.
Yes, sir. Up in Temecula. Red Hawk. Good time. Yeah. Red Hawk is actually used to be a PGA qualifier course.
Really?
Yeah.
Right, it's a nice course.
It says like home of the island green. It does have that really nice like par 3. I think it's like a whole.
Is that the one that has like the triple deck?
Yeah.
That's just a bitch. That's a bitch. Because if the groundskeeper hates you, they're gonna put it like right in the middle. Like last time we played there, it was like literally right in the middle hill of the middle deck. So it's like you had to hit it on like the top. I don't know. You had to hit it on the middle deck because if you weren't anywhere, if you're on the top one, your likelihood of you like sticking it right on the middle deck was like slim, and then you hitting it from the bottom was crazy.
Yeah. So
that was a bitch.
That'll be good. That's the first.
I want to punch the greenskeeper.
Damn. Facts.
Right in his mouth.
They probably hate us too, though. Greenskeepers probably, they just see, because it's like sometimes when you see somebody do something in one of our gyms, I'm like, what is wrong with you? They probably think that all the time about golfers when they come across something. But so we'll be playing there. That'll be our first of the year in our tournament that we play in.
Yeah.
And then we also got some big fucking football games going on this weekend. So we got 49ers versus Eagles.
Yeah.
We got Chiefs versus Bengals. So I guess the games are going to be over by the time people hear this, but let's see if we can predict it. What you got?
Bengals, 49ers.
Bengals, 49ers?
Yeah. Super Bowl.
I would love to see it.
I think the Eagles might take it, honestly.
I was about to say, as a Chiefs fan, I want to see Chiefs Eagles. Because if we beat, we've already beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl before, but if we beat the 49ers with Brock Purdy, they're going to be like, well, it was a first time.
Big Brock.
It was Brock Purdy. He was a rookie, third string.
Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant. So, but if he gets to the Super Bowl, bro, he's a dog. I mean, just getting to how far they got, he's a dog.
If he wins the Super Bowl, that's Mr. Irrelevant who's relevant, bro. That's so gangster, bro. I hope he wins. But that would be the most scripted shit in the world, so I don't trust that.
Yeah. You tell me that Tampa won in Tampa. You got the Rams winning in L.A., and then you got Mr. Irrelevant?
Mr. Irrelevant,
bro, they going to make a movie out of that shit.
Honestly, bro, this man is literally about to have a movie. If he wins the Super Bowl, bro, he's going to have a movie.
Oh, he has to.
He has to. Mr. Irrelevant, bro, coming in clutch to win the Super Bowl. What a fucking movie I'd watch. I'd fucking watch the shit out of that.
Damn, just chip on your shoulder. Bro, you know how mad I would be, bro, if you had a jersey that said Mr. Irrelevant and you gave it to me? Like, sure, I just signed a check and I'm in the NFL, but still I'd be like, all right.
Mr. Irrelevant.
It'd be like training day and I'm Denzel. I'm like, all right, okay.
You motherfuckers.
Okay.
You motherfuckers. That's what he called them up. What's his name? Fuck. What is the 49ers head coach? What is his name?
Shanahan.
Yeah, Mike Shanahan.
Mm-hmm.
And then who's the owner? It's not the owner or the
no.
GM.
The GM is is John Lynch.
John Lynch, yes. Mm-hmm. John Lynch calls him up and he's like, hey, you're still relevant, but you're really gonna be Mr. Irrelevant because we're picking you up in the last pick. I'm like, damn.
What a stab to the heart.
What a stab to the heart, bro. Damn. What a gangster now, though.
And I forgot. So I do want to see Chiefs versus Eagles because also. Travis Kelce is the Chiefs tight end, and then his brother is the center for the Eagles. It'd be the first time brothers ever played each other in the Super Bowl.
Brother players, though, right?
Brother players playing. Yeah, what?
Because I thought the Harbaughs played in the Super Bowl together.
Oh, players, not coaches.
Yeah, not coaches.
So that'd be kind of cool. Plus, also, I want to see the Chiefs go. And then also, if the Chiefs beat the Eagles, there's no, like, if they beat the Bengals to go there and then they played arguably the best team in the NFC, there's no asterisks. It's a good season. Like, that's the team. So that's, again, why I would want to see that.
I mean, did you see what I sent you about
You're so stupid.
About Cincinnati?
Do you want to repeat it?
Bro, so Cincinnati, the mayor had a legit proposition. The mayor of Cincinnati had a legit proposition brought to him where it had to, Joe Burrow had to get a fraternity test on Patrick Mahomes to see if he was his daddy.
So stupid, bro.
Bro, and the mayor of Cincinnati was saying that shit with pride, bro. It was so funny.
I hate that.
Oh my
Did you
God.
see before they were like even like the game was fully over, like the interviews happened? they were on the sideline at the end of the Bills game, and it was like 3 defensive players from Cincinnati, and they're like, "We'll see you in Burrowhead," because Arrowhead Stadium, they were calling it Burrowhead. So, but
I don't know.
see.
But
so.
Joe Shiesty was looking so good last game. Like, he was looking real good. Like, I'm upset.
Pause.
Pause, bro. Good as a player. Like, he was playing real good. His playing ability was looking great.
I need that clipped before the episode comes out so we can put that on the ground.
Watch your mouth. But I was upset at Josh Allen just because I feel like Josh Allen, like, kind of just gave up. Gave up in a sense. Like, he was like, I felt like he let that shit get to him. But they were not playing well in the snow.
It was a big stage. Already a lot of the media, like even me last week, I was saying he's fallen off. Like he is still a phenomenal quarterback.
Stephon Diggs was heated.
But his level of play as of lately is starting to taper off, and I think something is going on with him. And then also having to play in the snow against the guy that they're saying is better than you now.
What's crazy is like tough. The whole team was moving slow in the snow. And like Cincinnati just didn't look like they were affected at all by the snow. Yeah. Like, even the running backs for the Bills were, like, moving slow. Like, they were, like, like, when you're trying to run on, like, snow and on ice and, like, you're trying to, like, not trip.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it looked like they were running. Like, it was like, oh. But, like, Cincinnati, every time Cincinnati ran, bro, it was, like, a good run.
Good run.
And I was like, bro, what the fuck?
That's
like, Joe
tough.
Mixon was running all over them.
That's one of the big things that they're saying is, like, that team is not very dimensional, and like they need to get a run game going because otherwise, like what? I'm a double team Stephon Diggs every time. What are you gonna do? Yeah. Josh Allen's gonna force it somewhere else, gets intercepted. Like, okay, good game.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm excited for this. Not even being a Chiefs hater, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm just
no, it'll be no matter what. It's
good hype win. Like your guys are coming off a win against the Jags. Like that's not really a crazy win. Like they're coming off.
We did what we were supposed to do.
Yeah, you were supposed to beat the Jags. They're coming off a Bills win in the snow. Bills, bro. That's
for our gamblers out there. The line on this game has flipped twice.
Damn.
So Chiefs were favored. The ankle injury, obviously, Patrick Mahomes was like, okay, and then Burrow, obviously being 0-3 against the Chiefs, so it got flipped. It was like the first time. It's not the first time they were the underdogs, but maybe in the AFC Championship game. But it was like the Chiefs were the underdogs at home.
Damn.
Because there was a video of Patrick Mahomes running at practice.
they were like, yeah, he's good.
Put it back on the Chiefs. So then the line in Vegas flipped again.
Look at that.
But
that run.
It's like a one-score game. I think they had it at like 1.5.
They're like, yeah, his ankle good. Look at that. Look at that trot.
Bro, I forget who it is, but who's the blonde guy that always does? Who has the show? They have Aaron Rodgers on it on every Tuesday.
Oh, Barstool.
I don't know. But they did a video.
He has all long blonde hair.
Oh no.
Oh no, not him.
No.
Is it the dude with the mullet?
Nah.
No.
Fuck. I'll look it up later. But Patrick Mahomes was ending an interview, and the way they stepped off the podium, they slow-moed it, and they're like, they watched his ankle. They're like, oh, he landed flat-footed. He didn't want to put pressure on it now. Yeah, but then he takes like 2 steps away out the door, and they're like, oh, no, that was he's got good gait there.
Good gait. Look at that gate opened up.
Bettors are actually looking at shit like that.
Bro, what's crazy is like this dude made, I think it was something crazy off this last weekend's games. He made like $70,000 off a $5 bet. Because ridiculous. I think it was like, he guessed all of like the first touchdowns, and it was something crazy, bro. It was something wild.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, it was like $18,000 or like $70,000.
Yeah,
bro.
it was like first touchdown, anytime touchdown.
He got all of them, and I was like, no way. It was like a 5-game parlay or a 4-game parlay, and he smoked all of them.
Good for him.
God, I love that for him.
But since we do have a pretty hyped up weekend. And then since we are coming to a close to January as well, and like last episode, we were talking about all these different questions people are asking us. Let's talk about some overhyped and underhyped things in the fitness industry.
Yeah.
What are some of like the biggest things that are like being pushed on a regular basis? We'll start with overhyped that are like, yeah, that's not your big rock. Like that. Sure, focus on that down the road. But what do you think is kind of overhyped that's being front and center right now?
I think overhyped. I think there's a lot of stuff that is overhyped. I think one of the biggest ones, that's hard, because I think one of the biggest ones is supplements. I think a lot of supplements are overhyped, like creatine. I think creatine is one of the most overhyped supplements, just because I think you can do like what you want without creatine. Like I've never taken creatine. I think I've taken.
And you big homie.
And I'm big homie. You feel me? And I think I took creatine maybe once when I was like first started working out, and I think creatine is like one of the most overhyped things in the world because like motherfuckers live and die by creatine.
And that's what I was about to say. So not that creatine it isn't effective or that it doesn't work, but it's just blown.
Yeah, I don't think that creatine doesn't work or it's not ineffective. I think it does work, and I think it's definitely effective, but not to the extent of what people are saying. I think they basically like saying creatine is like a basically a little steroid. Basically, like it's a over the counter steroid. And I'm like, bro, it's not that deep.
The hype that it gets.
It's just too much hype. And I'm like, bro, it's not that deep. Like, realistically, like, bro, you're basically saying beta-alanines BCAAs are basically like the same equivalent of like a steroid.
Damn.
So, yeah, I think creatine is one of the most like overhyped shit that I've seen in a while. What about you?
Damn. Overhype. I'm going to give it to something that's getting hella pushed. I would say something that's overhyped is probably training to failure.
Training to failure, yeah.
I think, and when I say that, because a lot of people are going to come at me for that one, but I think 85% of the population probably doesn't train hard enough.
Yeah.
And then there's probably, of the other 15% of the population working out, 5% of you, 5% of you are probably doing fine. The 10% of you need to dial it back. Yeah. Like, you guys going to a failure every time is probably a little too much. But I would say when you tell, like, someone going to the gym for the first time, like, you need to go to failure, otherwise you're not making gains, it's like, yo, that person has, like, a lot of building blocks they need to build up before they start training to failure. I'd say that might be some overhyped. I don't have anything controversial.
I think PRs are overhyped, too.
Yeah, you don't need to train to a PR every time you're in the gym.
Yeah, I think every time, I think PRs are so over the hype just because of, like, I think that's like people are getting confused that they see it so much on social media. It's like every time motherfuckers go into the gym, they PRing.
Yeah, they're hitting a 1 rep max.
Yeah, so I think every time like they see that, they're like, shit, that's what I'm supposed to be doing? I'm supposed to go into the gym and hit 1 rep maxes every time? So like I think PRs are hella overhyped.
So you stole one of my underhyped is just sticking to like a good progressive overload program and like
progressively overloading.
You don't
PRing every day.
Yeah, people again they train to failure like every workout, or they go to a 1 rep max pyramid every workout, and it's like, yo, like where's your like, how many sets and reps you doing at 60%? How many sets? Like your working sets at 70% 1 rep max, 80% 1 rep max.
No one cares you don't about that. Like, PRs,
and you need to like periodization and like what are you doing, like where's the buildup, where's the deload, like all that stuff.
No deload,
and that's why I think again you see a lot of people not changing year after year, depending on also nutrition and things like that. But that's one of my underhypes,
bro. I think time under tension is one of my most underhyped things.
That's another good one.
I think time under tension, bro. And what's crazy is I had like this argument with like this dude. He's like, I won't get stronger off of time under tension. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. That's why.
Well, just teaching your body how to control that amount of weight for that long.
Hey, bro, I was like, you're telling me if you did like your whatever, your like 50% or 60%, your 1 hour, like your 1 rep max, like you're telling me you did 10 reps of time under tension, you're not gonna get stronger. He's like, well, I'm training to get my bench up. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, do time under tension.
Yeah,
like if you're constantly doing like progressive overload and you're not seeing results of that, try time under tension, include it in your progressive overload, like throughout. Like, okay, let's do 10 reps of like 60% time under tension, and you're telling me you're not gonna get stronger off that? I'm like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, and also because like so if we're talking about 1 rep maxes again, a lot of the reason people struggle with like getting that is they're not training at good percentages. They're not training with good time under tension, so they get stuck at this one weight. And it's like, also if you ask them like, oh, I feel like I could lift more, but I have my sticking points. Guess why you have those sticking points? You're not training. You're not training in those ranges of motion very often. You're bouncing that bench off your chest.
Facts. You're over here gorilla benching that motherfucker.
So then when you get to a weight where you can't do that past that point, that's my sticking point. I'm like, yeah, it's because you never trained.
You never trained to get up out of there.
In a good range of motion, controlling the weight.
Weirdo. Yeah, no. So I think,
and that goes with like squats, deadlifts, everything.
Every type of workout. Like I think time under tension is one of the most like underlooked. I think no one trains time under tension.
Very rarely.
Very rarely. I see people train.
And when you do, it's usually someone who's been lifting for a very long time.
Yeah, And like, what's crazy is like,
and that's because they look at training as like practice. It's
Yeah.
training. It's not like I need to work out, and if I don't feel sore, I didn't work out right. If I'm not killing myself, it's not a good workout. If I'm not pushing myself to failure every set, it's not a workout.
because if I see two motherfuckers in the gym and one's benching 315 for like 5 reps off his chest, and the other one is benching like 315 time under tension for like 3 reps, that nigga's strong.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him and I'm like, that motherfucker's strong. Versus the dude that's just bouncing 315 off his chest, I'm like, okay, like,
Hey, if you hit
motherfucker, I could do
you
that.
hit 315, hey, you get props from me either
Hey,
way.
I
But Sean, he a different animal.
I can do 315 for like 6, 7, like, and I'm not bouncing off my chest, but I can get 315 for. But if I see a motherfucker timer under retention, a 4-2-1 count on 315 right next to me, I'm like, that motherfucker's strong.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Like the guy who who hit it for 5, but it was like all pretty fast.
Exactly.
Like his max might be 335.
Oh yeah.
The guy who did 315 with 4-second
his max is probably like 405, bro. It's
Probably right.
something
Like they
stupid.
both hit in 315.
Yeah.
But it's different.
It's different. 315. That time under attention hits different, bro. And what's crazy is like, if I see that, I can tell strong motherfuckers in the gym because I could tell by the way they lift.
And you could also see in the way they look. If you look at their muscle maturity between those two
for sure.
people, the guy who was probably doing time under tension, he probably looks a little thicker, a little bit more solid.
Yeah. And what's crazy is like, I see that for every type of workouts. If I'm seeing timer and attention on like any type of workout, I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's strong. Like you are a beast. Because if you can control the weight, you strong as hell.
Yep.
Versus you just moving weight is completely different. You controlling weight and you moving weight is completely different. So
I don't know why, but it reminded me of like a scenario where like a guy hooks up with a girl and it's like, let's say, like people like, oh yeah, I fucked her or whatever like that. But like in the scenario, like let's say she kind of like manhandled him or some shit. It's like, hey, who fucked who here?
100%, bro.
that's how you with that weight.
Who fucked who situation. You got fucked by the weight. This motherfucker's fucking the weight. It's like this man is handling the weight. You getting handled by the weight.
That's out
It's
of pocket.
two different ones. Like if I like, it goes back to the dude. What were we saying when overhead pressing time under attention? What was it, 100-pound dumbbells standing overhead press?
Yeah.
If I see a motherfucker standing overhead pressing 100-pound dumbbells, I'm leaving the gym because
That's an
clearly
animal.
he is him and he is running that gym. Because there's no, I can't even wrap my head around someone standing pressing 100-pound dumbbells under timer and tension. That motherfucker is a monster.
The amount of strength, control, and training it takes you to get to that.
You're stupid. You're him, bro. Like I'm leaving. Like there's no point. This is your gym. This is your gym. I'm messing up by being in your gym.
Facts. I have one underrated thing, because it's something that I wish I took more care of, especially like even earlier on to now. It was, I forget who it was. I want to say it was the athletic trainer that works with James Harden, and they were breaking down a couple of different studies. It was either him or JJ Redick.
Yeah.
It was one of the two. They were talking about sleep. And they were like, if sleep wasn't 100% necessary and like we all had to do it every night, it would be a banned substance based upon like the amount of ability it helps you to recover.
Yeah.
Like that would be on the banned substance list. Like it changes how athletes who get like 4 hours versus 8 hours, like there's such a dramatic difference in recovery and cognitive abilities and athletic performance.
Completely different.
And it's like, I think so many people take that for granted.
Yeah.
It's like, I go to sleep at 12 and I set an alarm clock for 6. Like, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's like, a lot of people will be like, 6 hours, that's fine. It's like, there was someone on Joe Rogan where Joe Rogan asked him, because everybody hypes it up like, oh, I wake up at 3 a.m., I wake up at 4 a.m. But it's like, again, then you need to go to sleep
3
earlier.
hours of sleep, bro. Come on now.
But they said the percent of people who can sleep under 7 or less hours without any drop off in cognitive abilities, athletic performance, or recovery was less than 1%.
Yeah, no. Like I need a solid, like I can do 6, but 7 is like my money maker. That's where I'm like perfect. 8 is good, but like once I hit that 9 to 10 hours, that's when I'm starting feeling like
Almost
groggy,
like
too much.
diminishing returns.
Exactly, it's too much. But that 7 is prime, and that's where I'm like, okay, I can function greatly at 7. But yeah, sleep is definitely one of the underrateds. I think another one of the overrated is any type of like Instagram workout, like just overrated Instagram workouts. I think those shits are so overrated, bro.
It's so funny because if you see a couple of people post it enough, all of a sudden it's like everybody in the gym starts doing it. Like if a couple influencers
like
do
when
it.
hip thrusts were like the biggest thing on Instagram, everybody was doing hip thrusts.
Gym started buying hip thrust machines because they know
I ain't
people
seen
wanted
so
it.
many hip thrust machines until Instagram made that shit popping. And I was like, no way. So I think trendy workouts.
I had people not sign before we started getting them in our gyms. Like I had people come in and like, do you have that machine? And I was like, nah, but you can do this, this, and this. And they're like,
you can do a hip thrust without the machine.
And they're like, nah, I'm going to this gym. I was like, what?
Who do I look like doing a hip thrust with no machine, bro? Come on now.
Come on now.
If y'all broke, just say that. So yeah, I think any type of trendy workout is like not it for me. Like I think that's just overhyped.
Overhyped is so we'll say getting your workouts off of
Instagram.
It's
overhyped.
It's fine to throw it in every once in a while, but I seek to understand what that exercise is doing.
Facts. If I see you doing like 3 different lunges in the same set of lunges, bro, I'm like, bro, stop. I hate seeing the sideways lunge with the forward lunge with the backwards lunge with the twist lunge
and then a Bulgarian split squat and
I'm like, bro, what the fuck are y'all doing, bro? I get it, bro. You just doing a bunch of lunges.
Yeah, there was a video of a TikToker who was like breaking down a guy's workout video, and he did like he was doing a back workout, and there was like 5 different workouts, and the first 3 he's like, I like that workout. That's a good workout. Second one, he's like, I like that workout too, but it does the exact same thing the first workout did. The third workout, he's like, that's a good workout too, but it does the same muscle group that the first and second did.
Workout, bro.
And he's like, he's really not hitting other parts of his back.
He's been doing the same mid row, bro. I swear, bro.
So, but then people see that and they're like, oh, okay.
Like, goddamn.
And then, but the thing is, then they go do that and they're like, oh yeah, my back is fried. I'm pumped up, going to failure and all that stuff.
Your mid back is pumped up because that's all you hit.
Yeah, which, I mean, doing that every once in a while is fine. And, like, that's why working out with, like, a workout partner sometimes, just letting them take the lead on workouts sometimes is fine. But, again, I think have a program, damn it.
I think working out with a workout partner is something that's underrated, too. I think that's an underrated thing.
Could be overrated, too, though.
I don't think it's overrated. I think working out with a God damn, bro. Get yourself together, bro. Come on. What are we doing? We're live here.
I think it depends on both the workout person and the workout partner.
Yeah, I guess, because I think the concept of working out with a workout partner is underrated.
Mm-hmm. You have someone who could help you watch form, motivate you, help you count reps.
Yeah, 100%.
And hold you accountable to not cutting it short.
Do workouts that you weren't going to do.
You have things that you want to do on your own because you have your unconscious bias.
Yeah. Versus
doing all those things.
Yeah, bad workout partners are very overrated.
Bad workout. The person just a hype person. They push you to failure every time.
Push you to failure. If you PRing with that motherfucker every day,
time,
bad workout partner, bro. He not form correcting you.
You guys have different goals.
He just telling you to lift the weight because you got to get the weight up, and you're not even form correcting.
Yeah.
You look like an idiot. You almost broke your fucking back trying to lift that shit.
Yeah.
And your partner's like, yeah, get it up there.
So
I'd have been like, yo, stop.
So yeah, a good workout partner, especially for me with my style, and like when I'm with a good workout partner who is like on the same wavelength, super underrated.
Yeah, super underrated.
That drives me in the gym. I take it to the next level. Workout partner that is they wouldn't.
It's basically there just to fucking hype you up.
Like, but I don't think I would work out with them regularly if they were that type of person based off who I am anyway. So, but that would be overrated.
Yeah.
For general people.
Yeah, I say that.
I think that. I mean, I don't have a ton. That's just kind of
motherfuckers in the gym overrated. Sorry, no,
I'm glad you in there though, but
yeah, but y'all motherfuckers need to get up out the way.
I was gonna say something about the tripods, but do y'all? Do y'all? I won't say overrated or underrated. Just do y'all. Because who knows?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Where are they gonna be in 3 years? And that's just a phase in their thing. They could be C-bum. I don't know.
You could be, bro. Honestly, but I just didn't know when that was an accessory that we were bringing to the gym now.
Who knows? You don't got a workout partner. You trying to check for him. You just moved to a new city.
You're right.
Who knows?
You're right.
The mirrors, they suck. I don't know.
Right. Or maybe you just being a content creator.
Yeah, maybe they want to be a content. This is the building blocks. You start somewhere. So I'm not going to say this. Again, that's in my middle tier right now.
Congrats to you. Yeah.
To be determined. It's based off you again.
Yeah, it's based off the person, I guess. So just don't be that asshole. And when we straight.
Yeah.
I get it if you're a content creator. Just don't be the asshole.
That's a good one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than that, we got a lot of content. Oh, something that's gonna be pretty cool. I guess we'll tip this up. And you guys are gonna be hearing this on the last day of January. But in February, we're actually gonna be starting a little bit of our guest rotation. So that'll be a good time. So I'm excited for that. We'll be posting some stuff that way when we do get these guests on. We want you guys to be a little involved, maybe get some questions beforehand for them. That way you guys can feel part of the process.
Yeah, it's going to be dope. It's going to be one of the first guests of the year. And if you have or know anyone that be willing to be on the show, like, we're more than welcome.
Yeah, if you want us to talk fitness with somebody, talk business with somebody, talk about sports with somebody, just talk with somebody.
Hey, I'm down for it.
That's what we're here for.
But yeah.
And also, if you were listening to this podcast, you could see the video version on our YouTube.
On YouTube. So go and subscribe, bruh.
Yeah, subscribe, send it to a friend.
Subscribe. Don't just look at the motherfucker. Dude, it does not hurt you to subscribe. You feel me? Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, what are you gonna get? What are you gonna get out of it? You just gonna get
you gonna get more of us?
You're gonna get a notification. You can mute the notifications too. Just subscribe. Just hit the button.
And then you can find us on
YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Instagram, Twitter,
TikTok,
your mama house. So,
hey.
But that's it, bro. And realistically, what's something that's underrated is hustling. The hustle is underrated. You got to get out there because that's the only controllable pillar of success, baby, is hustle. Fuck your life.